Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Not you off my black business.
Hello, everybody. Woo-doo-woo. Welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Not You All My Black Business.
Yes.
And you are here with Nado, as well as
Barb Styles with a Z, not an S. Don't ever forget it.
okay. And it's just a twosome this week. We are missing Rapunzel with the bundles. We love her. She is an icon. She is the moment. But just not this moment. She'll be back next week. And
She will.
yes, we're sending her much love from
Love
the
you,
podcast.
Rachel.
But that's a side note. This week we're gonna be talking about the music of 2022, as well as how you feeling about the current state. Is it giving good shit like Chef's Kiss, or is it giving a little trashiana? But that's later. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that later because I'm like, it's kind of hard to explain 2022, but y'all, we're gonna get into that good stuff because we got some
Mm.
things, as Miss Minaj would say, to discuss. We got some things to get into.
So I ain't gotta beg for sympathy from the media. Media.
Idiot.
Ah, but
Do
yes,
we need to start with Miss Minaj?
you
Like,
know what? Do you want to?
we might need to start immediately there with the queen of rap, y'all. Onika, Tanya, Mirage.
Lil Kim.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Nah, no, I love
Okay, I don't
Nicki.
know what made NATO say that we're not supporting that type of violence here today. We're only supporting empowerment, female empowerment. But like I said, Onika, Tanya, Mirage, girl, I love you, but my black sister, what are you doing? Because I'm
A
confused.
super freaky girl.
I'm so confused sometimes. Like, I, I want music, and not that you're not giving music. I feel like I'm getting a lot of drama, a lot of theatrics, and I want more like music focus because this is supposed to be a new era, and the era does not need to be about lawsuits. It doesn't need to be about like girls who are not happy for other girls because we
But they're
just need to
not.
focus on the girls that are doing well and that are really actually thriving and actually being true happy artists. And I don't
Hmm.
want to focus on the naysayers and the people that are just the negative Nazis because they're going to continue to be that. So let's get back to this new era and let's get back to the new music that you're dropping out. Let's get back to focusing on the documentary that we want, and let's get back to focusing on another single because we're ready for that now.
We
But
thirsty for
all that
another
other stuff, we don't care
single.
about that. Like honestly, as a Barb, as an OG Barb, I don't care about that. Like I don't care about whether the girls are not happy with the new single, who's on the Queen mix. I don't care about the new lawsuits. I don't care about a lot of the cocksucker of the days. And I just really care about the music. The music.
I'll just say I definitely agree with Bari.
Oh, well, hold on. One more thing,
But
too. One more thing. And congratulations to the Vanguard Award. Per.
and
Per.
getting a number 1 solo debut, honey, for the girls that love to be like, oh, well, she ain't got it on her own. She ain't
But
got
she
it like
did.
that. Oh, but
And
she
she
did.
did. And she
A
did.
decade
And she
later in her
did.
career because she has not peaked yet like the other girls tend to do.
No, and I'm
So,
gonna say this: she has peaked. You gonna tell you what the problem is? She's been at number one Billboard, and them just be hating. She already had a Grammy. The Grammys be hating. Like y'all are ridiculous to think that she has not been awarded these Grammys. Like she has been awarded a Grammy. They're just being hateful assholes.
It's
She has
giving
had
she
a
might
number
get a
one.
Grammy this year if she drops her album in time.
Right. That's why I'm like, we don't care about all that naysaying shit. Like all that fucking shit they doing on Gilligan's Island, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Like, let's leave that shit
What?
alone. Like, we don't give a fuck about what's going on over there on Bum Island. Like, we don't care.
You know, I care a little bit. Only because, some of these people didn't even watch say motherfucking mouth. And also, I'll just say I'm not gonna I feel like, the queen is definitely has some choice words for some of the girls out here. And I'm not gonna say anybody that I'm assuming because I do have assumptions. But I'm here for the shenanigans. Like I'm here. I'm like, you know what? Taunt the girls a little bit in the music because you know what? I want a little bit of beef. All these girls talking about female unity, female unity. All right, we'll do some little rap beats. Come on now, go back and forth in the studio. Give us some bars. Give us a little bit of friendly competition.
I don't co-sign this. I don't co-sign
This
this.
is me. I'm a Leo. I like a little bit of spice, and I'm living for it. I want a little bit of more response. Seems like some people don't want to respond. I'm like, do it, do
Do it.
it.
You know what? Y'all know when they say we really don't be beefing, it's the fans. That's what they're talking about. That's who they're talking about. They're talking about NATO. They're talking about people like that. You gonna tell you why?
Oh my god.
It's because girls already been beefing. The girls already been beefing. The girls
Okay.
already been secretively hating each other.
Put in the
The
music.
girls have already been putting each other down low key behind the scenes. So we don't want to see it in front of the scenes. We want to see y'all drop y'all actual music. Like y'all
And
really don't
drop
got
a
beef.
dig.
Y'all really don't got beef. You bitches are not beating nobody up. Like nobody has gotten beat up. The last female altercation we saw was with two female rappers, and they didn't even get a chance to touch each other. Let's start with the female.
Allegedly.
Okay. Y'all, let's get to the next topic. The next topic of
All
today
right.
is like our top five because we got to get into that because we about to get into some murky waters with this conversation. So let's just
Yes.
flip it to the next thing. And Nato, take it away again.
Okay, yes. Top 5 albums of the year so far. Um, do I want to put this in order? I mean, I guess I could put it in order. I
Okay.
will start from five going down. So
Five
number
is five is the
five,
best, or five is the least.
least of the best albums of the year.
Okay, from 5 to 1.
Yes.
All
So
right.
number five would be for me will be Blue Water Road by Kalani. Felt like it was such a beautiful, happy album. And I love Kalani's just progression as an artist, going from Sweet Sexy Savage and that being, more so like the hits, the pop and R&B hits, and then going to It Was Good Until It Wasn't. And that was just so raw and authentic and just the emotions that she was feeling during that time. I love that. But with this, you can just tell she's just in a different headspace. And just the things that she's just talking about as a mother, as a person, talking about love and grief and everything. So definitely top five, top five, top five, top five. Number four, I would say Wasteland by Brent Fayez. Besides him being a fine piece of specimen, I feel like the project was just much crunch crunch. Like it just had the replay value on that album. Like so many good ass songs. Like I've gone between Rolling Stone being my favorite, and then it's gone to Fuck What You Talk About. Then it's gone to Jackie Brown. It's been stuck on Jackie Brown, to be honest. But
Jackie Brown. Mwah, mwah.
whew,
That's
it's
in the
just
background of my
so
new video on Instagram, actually. Cause like,
yeah, I saw. See,
fire.
like it's really good, and he just brings something different to just the alternative like R&B wave,
Right.
and I love it. Another one. Who else? I'm on number three. Number three, Capri Sun. For the girls that know, those are Capri songs by FK Twigs.
I'm like, who is this?
Mother.
Like who?
Capri songs by Mother Twigs, FKA Twigs, that girl. And with her, she was giving something different. I just love, at least with the people that I put on this list, like everybody is giving something that we have not previously heard from them before. And it was given. She was given on this. Like she has so many different sounds that she tried. She was doing some R&B, just like some R&B, R&B, and then she was giving some reggae, giving a little, not house. She was also giving. What would you listen to Shy Girl? I think Shy Girl would be considered like a sort of electronic, but like I don't know what the subgenre would that would be like called.
So many
Anywho,
genres. Many genres.
she's just genre bending, and I love that for her. She's showing the girls, yes, I am clearly an experimental, talented performing as queen, but I can also give you this as well, and I live. Number two, definitely Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by K. Dot Kenny. Yeah, I mean, if anybody heard the project, just like any other Kendrick project, he make a nigga think. And I just love with this one, he was really making a whole project about healing within himself as a man, as a person, and healing that's needed in the community. And I just feel like on that album, he was talking about things that other niggas was ain't talking about. And it just shows the power that he has, that he's able to put out such a project like that. And, you know, I think his mission was completed in terms of people sometimes not getting it. Like I know a lot of people were trying to use cancel culture against him having like Kodak Black on the album, talking about his trans family members on Auntie Diaries, and just him calling out some things about COVID. And if you listen to the album, like that, since the cancel culture trying to come at him, that was like the point. It's like people aren't even allowed to speak sometimes when they're just telling their experiences and how they're trying to like overcome and blah blah blah. Like we got to give people some grace, and I feel like he just really did that. Like he just really told the state that we're currently in and what we really need right now. So kudos to Kendrick. And numero uno. While I feel like this is just duh. How could it not be number one? But if you don't get it already, if you ain't already mentally got it in your skull, number one is Renaissance for obvious reasons because like
Beyonce. Beyonce. Beyonce.
Beyonce, Miss Carter,
Miss Beyonce. Miss Giselle Knowles
Giselle,
Carter.
Miss House
Blue
Darion,
Mom. You know what? You're right.
Miss Foxy Cleopatra, and she's a
Oh,
whole lot of
girl.
woman. Like, I mean, if you listen to Renaissance, you already know. I ain't got nothing else to say. If you don't get it,
What
I
is
feel
wrong with
sorry for
you?
you.
I just don't have any words for you.
But that's my list. What about you, Vari?
Well, Nato really took some words out of my mouth, so I'm not going to reiterate those for certain albums, but we're going to go in order. Since we went with, Renaissance, from Renaissance, we're gonna start on Renaissance as the grades.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. That's all I gotta say. Well, no, I really gotta say a lot more because I feel like this album was groundbreaking. This album is like I don't. Well, it's what was needed in Beyonce's catalog of music.
Mm-hmm.
She needed something else in her catalog to kind of, I don't want to say balance it out, but give a wide range of things that she's talking about or things that that she's going through. Because honestly, who knew that her uncle was gay? Like I never knew her uncle was gay. She had a gay uncle, and like she was kind of somewhat this close to the culture in the sense of gay culture and the beats and giving appreciation to people in our culture like. T.S. Madison, Kevin Prodigy,
Honey D. Jones.
yeah, honey, and like just knowing that there are people in this album that has shined so much, it just means a lot to me because my thing is, like I said, on the episode before when we talked about Renaissance, I feel seen and I feel heard. This album speaks to me and my community, and it is great writing. The music is put together really well. It tells a complete story, and y'all, that's why it says Act One because Act Two is on the way. I think I saw like writing credits for Act Two yesterday, last night. But I'm like, she just really put her freaking everybody scratched that. Not even just Beyonce. That's I'm so glad she put out the writing credits before a bunch of stuff because she wanted y'all to know that these people who have like created this album with me, they have created greatness. This is going to be in the books of music. I'm trying to let y'all know right now, like this music is groundbreaking. And the reason why it's so different. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think they're going in the studio and changing Renaissance every time you listen to it. So like this week is a little different from last week. And
What?
it's changing little things. I was listening to somebody talk about it on TikTok, and they was like, you know what? The reason why Renaissance is still so good and so fresh in so many people's ears because like they're going in and tweaking the album in little bits and pieces of the album like weekly, so it can like engage your memory, your thought, something in your brain to gauge your mindset to be like, you know what? Oh my God, like why is it still so new? Because something in the song is new that they changed out or change out or put in. Because like for my phone, I can still hear the Khalees part. I can still hear Khalees. Can you hear it on your phone?
Nah, not on mine.
I can still hear
It
Khalees.
had on mine. I still hear Spaz. I don't hear Blast.
See, and I'm like, they've like in some years they've taken it out and put it, so now people are getting different feels. But don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But on to my second album.
Hold on. Unique.
That's what
That
you
is
want.
all.
That album is very unique. But it just is going to it's just going to do so well in history, y'all. Like in the years to come, we're going to be talking about Renaissance. I bet you that, and the
Mm-hmm.
cultural impact that it had, bridging gaps between cultures. Like like we have had such a big stigma on the black culture and gay and the LGBTQIA culture. And I feel like this bridges it some, not completely at all. And not even like 50%, but it's a bridge gap there because my thing is people love the album that I did not expect to love the album. That's all I say. But yeah, like I said, on to the album number two. It is Mr. Kendrick Lamar. I will say this, y'all. This man, NATO said it. NATO said it. I really don't need to say it. NATO told y'all everything that I wanted to say. Like literally everything that you said, NATO, is the things that I wanted to say. And I just feel like this album is generational trauma breaking. Like it's breaking so much trauma, especially for men, especially for
Mm-hmm.
black men.
Yes.
This is breaking so much trauma in his storytelling, and that's what makes this like a second grade. Because you know, although I feel like some things that he's talked about in his music, I don't personally go through them as a black man, but I know black men that went through that, or
Mm-hmm.
that are currently going through those things. So I'm like, you know what? kudos to you for talking about things that a lot of black men don't want to talk or be open about. You know what I'm saying? So I just love that he's able to speak from a place of healing. So he will always get second place in 2022 because like he really did that. Like, and the album was yet again a surprise. And it was like voila. And I don't want to go through the track list, but yeah, he was a great one. My third, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Drake.
Y'all hear this?
Drake,
Why?
honestly.
Never mind.
Ooh. Okay, but I'll say this. It's because my thing is I'm a dancer. If you know me, I dance. The album gave me dance vibes. I was dancing in the house when I'm with my friends. We dance and smoke to the album, like, and it hit in the club. Like, if you went to the club and you listen to the mixes that they placed to those songs,
Oh, the
it
mixes.
freaking hit. And no. And the music hit as well. Like, Killer Club, like, Killer. Like, y'all, the album was freaking fire. Like, it was fire. Like, I'm sorry. It just had the beats. It just made me want to move. You know, as a dancer, I'm just going to always love to dance first. And I just feel like that album made me get up just as well as Renaissance to, dance. And I feel like the real reason why I could also put this as number three is because this prepped me for Renaissance. Although the music is totally not the same, I feel like beat wise and wanting to dance, it prepped me for Renaissance. If you can get that out there, we see each other. But it kind of prepped me for Renaissance. My fourth album would have to be Brent Fayez, like Mr. Fayez, fine ass, period. Like,
Mm.
I just feel like he has brought something different to dare I say it, R&B. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's bringing another element to R&B. Maybe I'm not doing my history or enough research, but I feel like he's bringing something that hasn't been there. And it's been missing. And his like persona is so chill. It's so it's like it exudes sexy. It exudes. I want to vibe to that. I want to listen to that. And I just think that he's just such a vibe. And his music is just like it's been needed. It's been needed. And I feel so bad saying that because we always in today's world we're trying to hold on to the classic R&B, but I just feel like he's needed. He's needed.
Yeah.
He's bringing a different perspective that I can respect.
And I just love that with he's just so raw. And people
Yeah,
kind of take it as like he's toxic, but I'm like, he's honestly just saying what the fuck's
he's
going
saying
on.
what the
Like,
fuck he feels. Like he's saying what's on his mind and his thoughts. And last but least, I don't want to consider this a album. It's my heart isn't. I'll leave one for honorable mentions. But I just kicked it out of my top five, but I'm gonna have to put this because I just listened to it and it's in top five. It's Mr. Kevin Prodigy and it's called The Pure Elements. If you have not listened to Kevin Prodigy, The Pure Elements, go listen to it. If you like music, you like to get down. And I'm talking to my girls and my dogs out there. Like if you and anybody that likes house music, because straight people love house music too.
straight men, if you want to vote too.
If y'all want to go listen to some Vogue music, Kevin Prodigy, The Pure Element. It's only like 6 songs. Put it on Vogue.
Get into it.
Do you understand the language? And if you understand the language, you're gonna appreciate that. Because ballroom needs their freaking just due when it comes to music. And that's why I'm Kevin, because your music speaks to me. And that is my top fives.
All right. That was good for the most part.
You only didn't like one, and that is honestly, and I don't want to say the rest.
Because never mind.
I know you're gonna say that. Like I'm like honestly.
But yes, well, I guess you could say what were some of your honorable, what was an honorable mention or honorable mentions of the year you may have?
One honorable mention would be the group called Flow.
Mm-hmm,
Their
yes.
EP is fire. I forgot the name of it, but they're called FLO. Go listen to their EP. The EP is wonderful. I mean, like, I honestly think they're channeling a little bit of Destiny's Child, but like a newer age of them. Like,
Mm,
go listen to that. I'm just gonna tell you that. Go listen and just don't expect Destiny's Child. Just listen to the vocals and how they deliver it. And you're like, whoa.
yeah, they're
Um,
definitely worth a listen. I'll
yeah.
second that.
Another honorable mention would have to be Miss Flo Millie. Her latest
Mm.
album. Her latest album. Y'all, one thing that y'all need to know about me, I can never remember people's albums names ever. Like, it has to be something that was like monumental for me to remember. I can't remember Flo Millie's album's name, but her latest album for 2022, y'all, she's really spitting, she's on her Flo Millie shit. She's actually spitting those
Mm-hmm.
bars like she always does. And I love that she has continued to, push herself. I
What's
do
it
think
called?
that she could
You still
elevate.
hear how?
Oh, that's what it's called. You still hear how?
You still hear how?
Right. I'm still here. Uh, and I just feel like, she can just challenge herself in other areas and cadences and lyrically pushing her pen. And that's the only thing I can give to her because I just feel like, we don't want the music to become repetitive or sound repetitive.
Mm.
Another honorable mention is I have two more and I'll be done. Is Megan Thee Stallion, Traumazine?
Traumazine.
Traumazine. I'm gonna say this. What I just don't understand sometimes when it comes to albums that like you are not where I think you should be. Like I'm gonna say Traumazine, great, good music, great storytelling, great bars. And
Mm.
some things have their moments, and then when it comes to the visual aspects of the videos and stuff like that, they're there for this album. My only problem is I feel like you're rushing your stuff to get off this old label so you can
Well,
finish up
yeah.
all the projects with them and then give us your true stuff. But the problem with that is it's just happening so fast because you've had so much music come out and so much music that's been labeled as not just a mixtape, like actual albums.
Yeah.
And it's like
Um.
a lot. It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to want to know where you're going sophomore album compared to freshman album and now to junior album. You know what I'm saying? Like you put out albums.
Yeah, but I think it's just now you see how messy like the label shit get, and it just shows with the things that she's been having to do with this label. But I feel like with Traumazine, if you ask me, this is basically the freshman album because this is like to me this is like the first time she really was like, if you ask me, she was taking it seriously. She was really giving us like the bars, real shit, the alternative different sound shit. Like she was giving us overall artist, and I'm like, you know what, you ate.
Yeah, she did eat. I think my problem again lies with like song selection sometimes. Like I dislike to think like a song from another album should have been on this one. A song from another album should have been on this. Like there are songs on this album that like to me we can throw out and we can pull in songs from my other album. To just as in placement. Like I feel like you have so much music. If you pull different pieces from different music and put it in one album that and call that the freshman album, man, it was slap like hell. Because my thing is, you've had albums drop less than 3 years. You've had like three albums drop in less than 3 years.
We had, I'm trying to think. There was the Speaker was a mixtape. Then we had Sugar. We had Good News in the same year. Then there was Something
Something
for
for
the
the hottie.
Hotties in the next year, and then we get in Traumazine
Proposition.
the next year.
It's a lot of music. It's a lot.
It's
And
giving Rihanna tease.
no,
Rihanna
no.
used to drop every damn year.
No, but see, no, but every damn year is different from dropping three. Like Megan Thee Stallion has literally dropped 3 albums in about like 1 year, damn near. Like, it's like so much music. Like it's kind of so confusing to understand or gauge where you're going as an artist when so much music is dropping and we haven't like been able to grow with you outside of the music, so now we can understand what you're talking about in your music. You know what I'm saying? Like you still are going through court stuff, and you're kind of talking about that in this album, but you talked about that in our last album with Good News. So it's like we're like an ongoing thing of like things that you're talking about that we thought you would be over for another album. You know what I'm saying? Something hot and fresh. That's what my problem is with you, Miss Stallion. I love you dearly. You know you are bar heavy. But yeah. And my last honorable mention is and I'm gonna keep this short and cute. It would have to be Ari Lennox.
We're at 32 minutes. Just putting that out there, but
Okay. Well, Ari Lennox. You know, Ari Lennox, I'll say this. You know, you did that album. Period. It just came out, so you know you gotta give some time. But I really do like the album.
yeah, I agree. She was on that album was under my honorable mentions too. Age, sex, location. But the girls that know, I'm just like,
And it eats.
it does eat, and I love that with this. I feel like she was really on some grown and sexy shit, like because she's like my grown and sexy in a way. Like I know I'm like 24, but like I get a lot of the nuances that she was saying because like I grew up with that, so it's just like, hey, I feel
When
this.
she said waste my time, I'm like, yo, such a millennial type of thing. Like such a millennial type of thing to really want to make a song like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I just feel like it was so relevant, so good, R&B down, and Ari, we already know the vocals never declines.
Never.
So yes, definitely on the list. Another one, Raven Lene. Her album came out like April, May. It's called Hypnose. It's also R&B, but it's a um, different type of sound. She was doing a lot. She was doing some production with Kate Trinata, Steve Lacy.
Okay.
Um, she's got a song with Fouché, Mariba, Smino. She's collabs with Smino a lot. She's really fucking dope. She also has a Tiny Desk for anybody that doesn't know or hasn't heard. Yeah, I definitely think she's she's part of the new. Do I want to say the new wave of R&B? I mean, she's been out for a while. I think this is her first like album, but like for what it is, I'm like, girl, keep on going. Like you're dope as fuck. The other girls ain't doing it like you, and we need more of that. So definitely putting her out there. And yeah, those are my honorable mentions so far. Do you have?
I mean, I do have another one.
Well, I was gonna say, do you have like a disappointment? But
Yes.
keep it short.
This is no shade because how we started it. I don't like to say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say my disappointment, honestly, is I enjoy Belle Khali's music. I really enjoy Cardi B's music. I'm not trying to be funny. Like when the things that she dropped compared to the last thing have all been energy hyped, and they've been like they might stand the test of time. Like WAP has solidified. It's a name now. Like it's a word, you know. And I just feel like she has put out music that people really like, and I feel like this last single was not it. It was garbage, and I feel like it was like garbage because you're trying to still get to the same anticipation for how when you came in, and I just think we need a new approach, something different, something more fresh, some new hot shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
knew it, though.
I think another thing that I'm like disappointed at this year also is like I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap up my disappointments with this because this
Hmm
has nothing to do with like a specific person. This is more so like dealing with music in general.
Well, not yet, not yet, not yet.
It's want to tie in. Well, go ahead. I'll let you go because I'm about to say it would tie into like my disappointments, but I mean it's not like.
Okay. Well, I'll just say my disappointment for the year was honestly never mind. I mean, I don't even know if it's a disappointment because I mean the nigga just dropped it so fucking randomly, and then he was just like, "Here y'all go for the girls," and I'm just like, "Die good,
It was.
die good." I like. I'll say I still have like maybe 3 songs downloaded, but I only listen to one, and that's calling your name because yo pussy. Yes, that one. Sticky. And then the last song was 21 Savage. This is like the rap song, which is like, of course, I'm gonna fucking like that because it was given. But yeah, I just felt like it was a disappointment. I'm just like, honey, I ain't need this. You just dropped Certified Lover Boy. That was cute. And I ain't need this. I didn't even need my money back. I just Cause this feel like free. It felt like the free mixtape off the damn side of the road that just like you just gave it to me, and I'm like, I mean, like I don't know.
You know
But you
what?
said
That's
it's on your top
gonna test the
three.
time. It's gonna stand the test of time just for you
Stand the
saying
test of time of what?
they're gonna be playing them beats in the future. Watch,
I
watch,
think they're still saying a lot, but I'm gonna let you have it.
watch.
But maybe that ties into your point of disappointments.
Yeah, well, what I was going to originally say is I just feel like this year for music so far, since we're already rounding out to the end of the year, it's September. I feel
Mm.
like nobody's really challenging themselves like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar. And I said like Brent Fayez and stuff like that. But my thing is, if we're talking about really challenging yourself, like Beyonce has not even dropped a visual, y'all. And y'all know she is the queen of dropping visuals. She
Mhm.
hasn't dropped any music video, and the music speaks. I'm not hearing that in people's music. I'm just hearing people want to be trendy. I'm hearing people want to, create a moment. And I want music that's going to literally have moments, meaning that I love it now, I'll love it 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. And I know for a fact Renaissance is going to be something that's played in the next 10 to 15 years, if not more. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna tell you why,
Yeah.
because music has a story, and
Mhm.
nobody's really, not nobody, but there's so many people out here that are artists that are not really challenging themselves with their lyrics, with their
Yeah.
pen, with switching up their songs, with switching up their style of what they're going through as an artist. And I feel like a lot of people have gotten lazy because they're rich and because we've been in
Mhm.
a pandemic. And like we're needing something more now. We're wanting something different, something better, better vocals, more of a story, not something that's trendy, that's going to be a TikToky dance, and we're going to get over it with the next single of somebody else. Not even your single, but the single of somebody else. And I just want music that's going to speak to me. And not commercial. Everything doesn't have to be commercial music. Like,
Mhm.
let me tell you the crazy thing is, and this is no shade to Lizzo. We have brought Lizzo name up one time, but her fucking music has been doing great this year. But that's just because like I don't like gimmicky music all the time.
You know, I'm just glad to see a black woman, taking on the commercial pop wave. It's
And
not for
eating.
me,
And
but you
eating.
know what? She's eating and she's doing her thing, and I'm gonna let that be.
And
It
you know
ain't
the
for me
sad part
though.
about that is some of y'all thought it was gonna be Normani, but it's Lizzo.
Girl.
It's y'all thought it was gonna be Normani, but it's Lizzo.
Miss Normani.
Like when people like this, we need a pop star, pop girl, pop. That's Lizzo.
Victoria Monet, but people sleep into it.
Like literally think about it right now. Who is the girl that's winning it? She just won a fucking Emmy.
Yeah, she won over RuPaul's Drag Race
Gag
with
me.
her new
With her
show.
show on Prime. Gag me. Gag. Honestly. She should have never got it. I mean, that's because I watch Drag Race and I know that I watched the Lizzo show and it's not on the level. I'm sorry.
You know what? This is a music episode, so I'm not gonna say much about this recent season of Drag Race. But
It was definitely better than Lizzo show.
I didn't watch Lizzo's show, but I feel like out of all the seasons of Drag Race, this was, I guess, not to say I definitely loved all the personalities up there. Miss Carrie Colby will forever be one of my favorites because, but it's just like I feel like this season was a little weak sauce, a little weak sauce.
Definitely still Emmy worthy.
It was definitely still Emmy worthy, but I can also agree it was a little weak sauce. You don't think so?
I like this season. I'm not gonna front. I like this season. I like the season.
It was a good season. Drag Race is always
I
good.
like the season. Like I
It's
like this.
just when you see also, I don't know if you was watching Canada's Drag Race,
Oh, I just finished
but
Canada and who they want. Toriano,
the
Nado, you're not talking to somebody who don't watch the franchise.
okay, but you
I'm
already
watching
know the
France.
fashions, the lip syncs, just
The
overall.
fashions.
You don't think the fashions, Canada's fashions always give
No, this
Miss
season for Canada,
Fierce Delicious, Lady Boom Boom,
Fierce Delicious only Lady Boom Boom and Fierce Delicious and Lady Boom Boom.
Giselle,
Only three people brought fashions. Fierce Delicious and the two French girls.
Giselle.
That is it.
Okay, okay,
That is it.
okay.
That
I agree,
everybody else
but
throw them in the trash.
I like Kimmy sometimes.
She kept doing the two P. No, no, no,
I
no,
said
no,
that's why I said sometimes.
no.
Emphasis
They
on
had
sometimes.
their fashion this year was definitely not better than last year's.
But in comparison to what we gotten from the America's Drag Race this year, I felt like Canada really showed out more. And
Fashion
yeah,
wise, no, but funny wise,
the
Toriana,
fashion
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
fashion girls from Drag Race this year was given like Willow and Diabetes.
The fashion this year was mad cute. It wasn't everything. It was mad cute. Yeah, we're gonna end like this episode too, so we can finish talking about this.
True, true, true. Also, yeah, going back to music because, but I feel like this music we've been getting some waves of disco coming back, some waves of like these early Y2K, also like futuristic kind of vibes coming back, and I like that. But I think also the problem with music now, which has been kind of a problem for a while, it's just like everything is so oversaturated, and that also comes with us being able to pull a lot of the factors that we want in terms of the genres, in terms of any song having like Apple Music and Spotify, like go on and like find what we want and go find some new shit that we want. But it's sometimes it's hard to find some of the quality that you want just because there's just so much music, and it's kind of it's just good and it's bad. It's like it's great that artists are able to put out whatever they want, but it's also like in the big grand scheme of things, is it really quality? Because it's just also like you said with Renaissance. It's for me since Renaissance came out, nothing has really held my attention that same way except Ari Lennox, who gave me some quality music. Hold on, but it just shows. It's just like it's great that you can put out your music, but it's just when we think of things that are just giving like test of time, things that make up the moment of 2022, are we going to talk about quality or are we going to talk about gimmicks? And that also comes with TikTok and Reels and labels want to meet certain things so they get certain ratings for, oh well, this is booming here, so we got to put more money here because this is what people like, this is what's gonna get the views and da da da, and it's just like, damn, can we just enjoy good ass music?
With a fucking message, bro, with a real life message, not some fucking felonious shit that you're not living. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get out of this like facade of fake. But the last thing I want to end off on, y'all, is the song of the year right now. And I'm going to say it first. It's Gorilla
Ah,
Nigga Free.
not you stole my song of
Sorry,
the
y'all know
year.
I did not. I'm going to say your real government right now, y'all. Y'all need to know he stole my idea.
No, that was my song of. Well, I won't say song of the year. I said song of the summer. It's definitely Fuck Nigga Free. I
Well,
said
what's
it.
the song
I
of
wrote
the
it
year?
down.
What's the song of the year then?
Too early to say.
No, it's we're damn near done.
Song of the year is Break My Soul.
Song of the year is Break My Soul. Song of the
Song of the
summer
year is
is
Fuck Nigga Free.
And then the next contender at the Fuck Nigga Free is You Thought I Was Feeling You? That nigga
That
got
nigga got
money.
mine. Very much that.
So y'all already know the music right now, how it's going, the vibe of music, but I think y'all need to step it up for 2023 because I want better storytelling, better writing. Like people have dropped music this year. Like I think Chris Brown dropped music. People drop music. But like,
Crickets.
okay. We're gonna end off on just do better 2023.
Yes, give us some quality. We love the quality, but give us quality. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Get to streaming, guys. Go stream Super Freaky Girl,
The Queen Mix.
Queen Mix, and Roma Remix.
Boo, boo, boo. All right, y'all. Bye.
Oh, bye.